New year, new you, that is the slogan, with many of us working on ways to improve ourselves this 2026. But we do want to make sure as we make those goals that they're not too lofty, we actually achieve them. Talk more about this. We've got WFL's chief medical correspondent, Dr. Corey Hebert, with some tips on making sure that you do achieve those new year goals.
Yes, I mean, we do not want you to have all these lofty goals that you will never be able to reach. I mean, I was walking out of my neighborhood this morning and everybody was on there, doing their thing. I just want to make sure I'll see them there in March. However, I had my gimme 4 little New Year's resolutions, and one of them obviously is to read one book. I want you to, write one letter. I want you to do these types of things, but I also want you to keep your health together. So I don't want you buying a whole bunch of supplements to get your mind and your body right. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. What I want you to do is just to get some realistic goals. Let's say 1 pound a week if you're trying to lose some weight. Walk for 1 day every other day, or you can walk every day, but you just don't want to say, I want to lose 30 pounds in January, because it's really not going to happen. You know what I mean, Ray?
Yeah, you got to be practical about that.
You have to be practical. I mean, also, as we start looking at how we want to manifest this year, I want you to write down your goals with a pen. With a pen. I don't want you just to put it in your phone. I want you to write it down, because you have to put that pen to paper these days. We're so used to being on these phones and these computers. Put pen to paper and write that down and put it on your mirror that you see yourself every day, so that you can actually keep your mind right as you start to get these goals together, because we know that this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. If you lose a pound a month, that's 12 in a year. You know what I mean? So we want you to make sure you get that handled.
Yeah, also get your reading and writing that Emily posts on. I like that.
Oh, yeah,
also,
absolutely.
Taking a look at some of the ailments that we have this year, an eye infection that's pretty serious.
Yes. Now, this is one that is on the rise, okay? It's called Acanthamoeba. Now, some of you may have never heard of this, but it's an eye infection that you get when you keep your contact lenses in too long, or you don't change them when you go in a lake, or swimming in a pool, or taking a shower. The enemy here is water that is either tap water or water from a pool or water from a lake. What happens is that you get this infection and it can cause scarring and blindness. Okay, so this is a really, really big deal that I want you to recognize, because this is on the increase. Okay, it's on the rise. So please, if you're using contact lenses, change them the way that they're supposed to be changed. Do not use tap water. Do not shower with them. Do not sleep in them. None of those things, because in the final analysis, you can lose your sight. And this is something that is happening. And I had a very close friend of mine, this happened to them, and they are in the fight of their lives trying to save their sight, okay, because they were not using the contact lenses appropriately.
And also, as we get to this, another big deal real quick, babies ingesting those little button batteries, especially after the holidays.
Oh man, so right now everybody has all these toys and they're using these batteries. They're like watch batteries, they're called button batteries. But you don't realize that if a child ingests one of those button batteries, it's a very serious thing. They can have a problem with swallowing. They can have a problem with their esophagus. They can have a problem with their trachea, because if it goes down into the lungs or goes down into the stomach, that it produces this chemical that can similar to like lye, and so it erodes, goes all the way into the GI tract, and it can cause death. So what I need you to remember is that if you have these little batteries laying around, you need to make sure that no child can get to them. But if your child happens to do this, happens to get one, and you notice that they're having this drooling for whatever reason, you're just like, why is my child drooling, and why is my child coughing, and all this kind of thing, it could be a button battery that is causing that. And if that is the case, there are a couple of things I need you to do. I need you to, if the child is 12 months or older and they ingest within 12 hours and they're not having difficulty of breathing, give them 2 teaspoons of honey every 10 minutes on the way to the ER. Okay, now make sure you get that right. But if they're younger than 12 months, don't give them any honey. okay? Just get them to the ER because this is life-threatening and it can happen to anyone at any time. So please, watch the button batteries.
All right, a lot to get to as we say hello to 2026. I know you're going to keep us all together, good sir, so thank you for
Give me my
everything.
4. Write 1 letter, read 1 book, take 1 glass of tap water or lukewarm water, rather, we just don't want it to be something that's cold before you go to sleep, okay? And I want you to learn 1 thing new.
There we
Those
go.
are the 4.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, good sir.